Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast! I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2022. The album, Dad F. Rock on Gold Dust. People think that I only sing woman covers, but that is not true. I also write my own music. In fact, right before this video was starting, I'm sure this kind of stuff drives my husband crazy. I make songs for the dogs. It's Pee-Pee and Peter's Bachelor Weekend. But anyway, right before I was starting this video, I was like, I couldn't find my camera. And it was sitting right next to me. Props for days, always sitting next to me. And I was looking for my camera, and I was like, where is Peter Munn's camera? Peter Munn's camera of the world. Available on iTunes. Anyway, before I get into this video, I have a few shout outs. This video is about James Charles and Patrick Starrr. James Charles shading himself, can you believe it? And then some things that Patrick Starrr had to say about Beautycon. A lot of influencers are coming out and saying a lot of things about Beautycon. Patrick Starrr has been very, very honest in the last, let's say, 2 or 3 months. Via social media about how he feels about certain situations. He was honest about Jaclyn Hill's, lipsticks that she put out and the PR that he received and everything. He put it on his Instagram story. I think I did a video about that, and he's kind of been putting things out here left and right, and I want to talk about that as well. But before I do, I have 2 birthday shout outs that I want to give. They are both a day late. The first one goes to Heidi. Happy birthday, Heidi. Everybody with me. Happy birthday, Heidi. And Heidi said that she wanted nothing more or less on her birthday than a shout out from me. So there you go. There you go, Heidi. Happy birthday. And I actually have a cousin. Her name's Heidi. My aunt, she was real obsessed with the sound of music and all that. So my other cousins, they all got names of people that were, like in the Sound of Music. I got the whole kids, right? All the kids, I got cousins named after that. But then the one that was closest to me, I don't know why, she named her Heidi. She must have been obsessed with that movie then too. Do you remember that movie with Shirley Temple? Oh my God, I loved Shirley Temple when I was a little kid. Okay. So anyway, the other birthday shout out that I want to give is to Vincent. Vincent's mother reached out to me and said that he is a huge fan of my channel, which is fans. I have fans. Why can't you treat me like everyone else? Because I'm not one of your fans. Did you ever see Mommy Dearest back in the day? Oh, lived. Okay. So anyway, I want to give a shout out to Vincent. Thank you so much, Vincent, for watching me every day with your mom. I think that is so cool, and congratulations on your birthday. Happy birthday to congratulations. Yes, congratulations to you on your happy birthday. You, for your birthday, I hope that your mother bought you a humongous chapstick. I think everybody in life should be given a humongous chapstick. If we gave more humongous chapsticks out in the world, the life would be a nicer place. And in fact, today on my review channel, I rolled through a little fast food place today, and I was putting on lip gloss when I was going through, and I said, I'm not gonna throw this one because it's glass and it'll break. Do y'all remember these back in the day? But anyway, I asked the guy that was working through the drive-thru, I said, do you think I look pretty? You'll have to go see what he said if you want to find out. You'll have to watch my review video for today. But anyway, okay, let's talk about, so happy birthday, Heidi, and happy birthday, Vincent. Let's talk about James Charles first, okay? Well, James, he just can't stand no trouble. Even when things are going good for him, things are not going good for him, if you know what I'm saying. So James yesterday, he tweeted out. He tweeted it out. I'm so tired of the Twitter anyway. He tweeted out yesterday this right here. Oh, we hit 16 million sisters, ... again. Dead, and then crying emoji. I'm so dead emoji, I said. The skull emoji. The dead emoji. I mean, it is. Did y'all see that girl with the sis kiss sis? Would you want my... That stuff is so... That TikTok that went viral. She's so funny. Okay. Anyway, I was trying to explain the sis to my husband last night. He didn't get it. So anyway, I'm so grateful for every single one of you, and am beyond blessed to be alive and do this job. Thank you for supporting me. Now, I have to tell you what was really interesting to me about this, and I will say congratulations, James, on hitting 16 million. You have now had the followers of the size of a country. So anyway, But what was interesting to me about this was that he didn't thank the platform of YouTube, who has so graciously pushed his channel. And I still, on a daily basis, get messages from people that are like, I never subscribed to James Charles. I wasn't subscribed to James Charles before. I haven't subscribed to him since. And I went and looked, and I'm now subscribed to him, mysteriously. And a lot of people are reporting it's not just about James Charles, but a lot of channels across the YouTube platform. I don't know. I am just so thankful that I am actually able to have a place where I can come and film videos and interact with y'all, that it's just the coolest thing for me. So I don't know about all that, okay? I hope maybe that they are subscribed, and some people are subscribing to me by accident, and they find me and they go, oh, I kind of like this guy. So anyway, I don't know. I kind of indirectly, I don't believe it's like this algorithm thing. I think it's like a research thing about retention. That if we subscribe somebody to them, you know, by accident or whatever, will they end up like keep staying subscribed to them? How often do people look at the subscription button or their subscription feeds and things like that? I think there's some research study going on behind the scenes, and I think that it will go back to normal eventually and whatever. But a lot of people are claiming that they did not subscribe to James Charles, but he hit 16 million again. So back on top, okay? It was funny because I was Googling some stuff earlier, and I was Googling about this James Charles thing and whatever, and I was like, so when I was looking to see when you Google somebody's name, like what's the first thing that comes up underneath here, and it was like James Charles was like, I had said about this the other day, that this is when it gave me the idea that I was going to do a video about this, but that was bore a snake. So anyway, oh, one thing I do want to say is the other day in my video, I said that Manny and Laura's videos are more boring to me than Jeffree Star's, and I wanted to clarify that because a couple people were like, do you really think that? Yeah, I really do think that, and I think that his content is more interesting. But I also think that Manny and Laura are a little bit scared still to kind of push the envelope and do some kind of out there crazy stuff. Everything they do, they're accused of copying somebody. Everything that they do, they're accused of, oh, you're shading somebody and whatever. And so I think they're still trying to play it safe. I think, listen, it's been a year. This week, I was in Vegas a year ago this week. I'll be in Vegas this week, so I'm waiting for Dramageddon 3 to happen. So that while I'm sitting by the pool, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go film a video. Gotta let the people know about the business, you know what I mean? What's going on out there, the 411 and all that. But anyway, I think that their content, and I know a lot of people were like, he was boring then, he was boring now. Well, no, he wasn't. People were watching him and whatever. And I have to tell you that Manny's videos today are not the same quality as they were back then. I do think that they will get back to where they were. I think that he's just scared and he's playing it safe, and I totally understand that, you know? But I think at this point, Laura and Manny ought to just come out and do whatever they do. I think they ought to start doing some videos together. Just do them together. They don't have to talk about anything that went on. They can just come out and do videos together. But anyway, I was Googling James Charles, and of course the first thing that comes up underneath there is, what is James Charles talented for, or famous for? Well, I think a lot of people do want to know that. I don't know, buying the right ring light, apparently. But then I was Googling like Nikki tutorials and the Jeffree Stars and all them, and underneath Jeffree Star it said number one, something like most followed YouTube beauty influencer, and I thought, Google, you need to do your research. We all know that's James Charles, yeah, as of yesterday, but it has been for a while. So anyway, if you go underneath here to this thread where he says this, it's interesting what he says. Or what people say underneath here. I thought it would just be like, Sister Slay, I'm so excited for you. We love you, sister support, and all this kind of stuff, right? Must have been, it's going to be interesting to see James Charles when he's my age. You think? Talking about sisters, okay? I mean, I'll just say it. Anyway, okay. Must have I got lots of sisters from another mother and things like that, but I ain't got no sisters out there, okay? We got the wolf pack over here, wolf pack, okay? So must have been from your unique original idea to dye your hair blonde and film it. So creative. This is in response to him hitting 16 million, right? And then somebody says, hey, queen. And then LMAO, congrats, James. Oh, that's Chloe Morello. I love her. I love Chloe Morello. And I know back in the day she got herself in some messes of trouble and stuff like that, but she truly stays out of it. And I really like her. And then somebody else like put this like moon face, like what just happened? And then they're laughing. And then somebody said, LMFAO, not again. And then he went like, James responded and went like that little emoji. I do love that emoji so much, right though? And I thought this was Antonio Garza, but I don't think they're on speaking terms. And so this person says, we love you, boo. Hope your eye is better, by the way, because he got bleach in his eye. Supposedly it was dead. He did the gravestone with the Antonio Garza music in the background. And then somebody said, about to lose them all again. And then somebody else said, let's make that happen again with crying faces. And somebody else said, petition to do that Which is interesting to me that somebody, like, they're still hating on James Charles. Every time I make a James Charles video, y'all come for him every single time. I mean, there is really not a whole lot of nice comments. And it's funny, it'll be like, somebody will be like, oh, they'll say, oh, you know, he's this, he's that, he's arrogant, he's not humble, he hasn't learned anything, blah, 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 whatever. And then there'll be like one comment, how dare you talk about James? You don't know Sister James like that. I'm like, well, I probably don't, okay? But listen. Now, the other day when I did my video talking about James Charles coloring his hair and all that kind of stuff, a lot of people in the comment sections, they said that he wasn't actually copying Antonio Garza, that he was actually copying Joanne Cedia, or Cedia, I don't know how to pronounce her name, I never heard of her before, apparently she's a big deal YouTuber, she's a very important person, apparently, okay. You know James Charles, he likes those important people, but Brad Mondo, I do know who Brad Mondo is, and he had like fixed her hair and all that kind of stuff, and it was like this viral video. Okay, well, that's, I can understand that, but then Antonio Garza, I mean, she and James have had a history in the past, and they even, apparently somebody said this, like in a video that they did together, I didn't remember this, like they discussed, because she confronted him about copying an idea that he had. But the reason that I think it's so directly related to Antonio Garza and that it is shade, is that the music that he uses when he shows the gravestone of his eyeball is the music that Antonio Garza, I mean, a lot of people have used it, but she was kind of the first one to use it. She's kind of known for that music, and it's in his video. And I was like, he's not stupid. Like, if he didn't want the people comparing the two, then he wouldn't have done that. And I honestly think that it's him putting it out there because he thinks they're cross videos of people talking about Antonio's video, which was trending. It was number 17. If people are talking about her video and people are talking about his video and they're going to watch both videos, it'll build up the algorithm. I think that's what he did. I think it was smart. I actually think from, you know, a YouTube point of view, it was a very smart thing to do. And I think that he thought it through. And I think he knew that, you know. And I think he also thought people would speculate about Joanne's video and that they would start talking about that as well. I mean, I think James is somebody that, he might not be the most creative person in the world, you know, but I think as far as, I think he's shown that he's very business-wise. Like when he did the video with Toddy and he broke down like why it's, you know, it's more cost-effective for them to hire influencers than it is for them to hire celebrities to do commercials and things like that. I mean, he's smart. Like, he really is. I mean, maybe not about some choices that he's made in his life or friendships that he's made, but he's smart when it comes to this kind of stuff, and I think that he thinks through all of this, right? So I don't know that his creative idea is that, oh my God, I had the most creative idea in the entire world. I'm going to do Antonio Garza's video, which Joanne Cedia or whatever her name is also did with Brad Mondo, and then it's going to cross-populate all of these videos. Everybody's going to watch all these videos, and so who cares, because it's going to build us all up, right? Because if all these people are coming out and saying they copied Antonio Garza, people are going to go over to Antonio Garza's video and watch it too, so she can't get mad about it, right? I mean, what's he going to say? Well, I sent a lot of traffic your way? Okay. You know what I mean? But it's still subtle shade, right? So anyway, the next thing that, oh, this is the other thing I wanted to talk about with James Charles that I just noticed actually on here when I was looking, was that Keemstar, okay, if y'all don't know Keemstar, drama alert, Keemstar, love you Keem, how are you doing? He tweeted out today, 2 hours ago, I want to interview James Charles and get a good convo about the things that happened in May and how he feels about everything now. I think that would be a good video, thoughts, which I think is interesting because, so Keemstar recently made a video, like on his, and I love watching his little videos. Well, one thing I did love about Keemstar is, people are always like, go to sleep, Keem, because he's up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I so relate, go watch my blog. And he tweeted back to everybody, and he was like, I'm 37 years old, and I make my own rules, don't tell me to go to sleep, or something like that. I was like, this is hilarious. So anyway, but what's funny about this to me is, and he's also in there today saying that there's no news out there. Keem, listen, there's always something going on in the world, okay? And, but he put this little video out directly to me about the Jaclyn Hill thing because he wanted to see what I had to say about it. I actually put it in a live stream that I did that night. I held it up and I showed it and I started talking about it. Every time I flip this fan, the light goes in and out, have you noticed? Okay. So anyway, but it's interesting to me that he's now kind of crossing over a little bit into beauty influencer drama. And we all know that, like, James Charles, people like when you're talking about James Charles, they want to know what's going on with James Charles, obviously, because he has 16 million subscribers. So it'll be interesting. But James Charles responded to him and said, love you, Keem, but I don't want to relive it again and again and again. I'm moving on and working on my happiness. So that's interesting, you know? Will he then reach out to Toddy? And will he then reach out to Jeffree Star? Do you think they will do it? I don't think so. I think they're all going to keep their mouths shut from now on because I think something happened behind the scenes that we'll never know. So anyway, it'll be interesting if one of the three of them is involved in Dramageddon 3, which you know is right around the corner, don't you? I mean, I know it is. So I can feel it in my bones. And if you don't believe me, go look at my 2019 predictions video. Almost everything on that video came true. Okay, so then I want to talk about Patrick Starrr. Now, there has been a lot said about Beautycon, which is this convention with all these beauty influencers. It's been like a big deal. I think they have like 3 of them a year. I think there's one in New York City. I think there's one in Los Angeles. It used to be in Las Vegas. I don't know, but I've like watched it all happen, you know, through the years. I have to tell you, the only reason I really knew about it was, so my first channel was a booktube channel. It still is a booktube channel. It's called Peter Likes Books. And there's a huge book convention every year. There's many of them, but one of them is called, it's called Beautycon, and it goes back and forth between being in New York and being in Chicago, and I've wanted to go so bad for the last 3 years. Well, one day I was like watching something to do with like Beautycon, and I like put in like con on Instagram or something like that, and that Jordan, I can't think of his name, you know, the guy that danced to like Lady Gaga, now he does like makeup, and he's like still an influencer on YouTube and stuff, Haas or something like that. He was at Beautycon Las Vegas. This is like 2 or 3 years ago maybe. So anyway, I was like, oh, there's a Beautycon. That was the first thing I'd heard about it. Now everybody's going to it, everybody's talking about it, blah, 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 whatever. Well, I had heard that there was quite some mess going on at Beautycon. I've seen the videos that people have sent me by that one girl that was treated horribly. Well, Patrick Starrr comes out, you know. Patrick Starrr is interesting to me, I have to tell you. I really like Patrick Starrr. I feel like he kind of stays out of the messy drama. But, you know, like a lot of things have happened over time that we really don't know the behind the scenes on, you know. He's kind of stayed away from anybody at this point, and I think that for him, what he finally realized was that it's probably better for him. This light is so horrible. Can you guys even, hello? Hi. I think that what he finally realized, here, let me see if I can fix this. This is such, that was magic. It could be magic. Anyway, I think what he realized was it's just easier for him to do his thing, stay, you know, in his lane. I so relate to this, okay? Stay in his lane and just enjoy what he does, and he don't have to be messing it up with all his people, right? Put out my music. He's always forever putting out music videos and stuff like that, right? Which I live for. And he's hanging out mostly with his brother these days. So anyway, when Jacqueline's lipsticks came out, oh my god, it just faded to black again. When Jacqueline's lipsticks came out, he did like an Instagram story and he showed them and he was like, oh no, 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 like this is bad. And somebody in the background said something about mold and he was like, don't say that, don't say that. Oh, I think I did make a video about that. Well, he's kind of tweeted out some things over time. During Dramageddon 2, there was something that he tweeted out about 100%, like something like that, and people were speculating if they were talking about who he was talking about and all this kind of stuff. With the Manny and all that kind of stuff that happened with Jeffrey, he kind of spoke out about that because we know that Patrick Starrr and Manny have had a falling out, but we don't know what that's about. We really don't, you know? But, you know, Patrick Starrr really hasn't had a huge falling out with a whole lot of people, and he stays out of drama. So it's interesting to me that he's starting to kind of say things, and I think the thing is, because he does stay out of drama, people really kind of respect his opinion, because they're like, okay, so he's going to speak out about this, he's choosing this time, he's picking when to say something about it, and if he's picking now to say something about it, well, then it must be true. And I think that that's why he is respected in the community. I think that's why he does do things with like Katie, what's her face? I almost said Katie Holmes. What was her name? Joey back in the day on Dawson's Creek. Katy Perry, okay? Listen, I ain't never felt like no plastic bag, but Katy Perry, he did that house makeup thing with her, you know, and then he did that Paris Hilton. He was hanging out with her for a little while and everything like that. So, you know, I mean, he's had a lot of really good, he's had a lot of collabs with Mac and stuff like that. Things are going well for Patrick Starrr. And, you know, it's interesting to me because I actually found Patrick Starrr through Manny back in the day, because Manny did a video called, like, My Boyfriend Tag or something, or This Is My Boyfriend, and it was actually Patrick Starrr, and it was, like, a joke video. And they were just laying on the bed talking about going out to, like, drag bars and stuff like that. And I remember watching that video, and I was like, I love their friendship. Like, their friendship is so fun, you know? And I think that's part of what makes me sad about watching all this stuff go down, is that it's like business, power, money are all more important, apparently, than these friendships that were so genuine to start with. It's like, you know, when all this was going on, I've seen pictures of, like, brand trips from the past when you would see all of them there. And it's like, what happened, you know? Like, I understand that friendships go awry and stuff like that, but what happened? Like, that is so sad, you know? Anyway. So, Patrick Starrr came out and he had something to say about, here, let me pull it up through all of my screenshots of everything in the world. Okay, Patrick Starrr put out, here, I'll put this up right here. Where is it? It's like a video, but I just took a screenshot of it. Where is it? Okay, so I'm just gonna put one of the screenshots up, and he said, Beautycon is an unorganized mess of an event. But here is a cute video from that day, and I'm not gonna put the video up. Y'all can go over to Patrick Starr's video or to his Instagram and see it. Save your money and attend other amazing events like DragCon and Sephora, which I thought was interesting. He's Sephora. I think is Sephora spelled that way? I didn't know. Anyway, and then he also posted this picture, and he said, "Always love meeting you that have supported me from the beginning, nonetheless." And then this was the picture that he put up that day. So. Anyway, very, very interesting, isn't it, that Patrick Starr's coming out and saying something about Beautycon. And I've actually, people are like, will you cover the Beautycon thing? Will you be? I wasn't there. I don't know what happened at Beautycon, you know? I've watched other people talk about it, but I think there are other people that are better to speak about it than I was, because I wasn't there. So, yeah, so that's what's going on. What do you guys think of Patrick Starr? Do you think he's interesting in this whole beauty influencer world? I mean, I think that one thing that, you know, and speaking about Chloe Morello too, you know, it's interesting when you talk about like Chloe Morello and you talk about like Patrick Starr and you talk about like, you know, the other people that like, I'm trying to think of some other people, but that like really are not problematic and stay out of all of that and just kind of do their thing. Like they're very, very successful at what they do. And they've kind of, to some degree, I think, have found acceptance and happiness at where they're at. And they're not like, I need to be in all of this, I need to be in that, I need to do this, I need to do that. Like they seem to be really, really happy with what they're doing. And you know, and honestly, they do seem like people that exude, you know, gratitude to me and humility. I mean, and Patrick Starr is somebody that just seems so passionate about what he does. You know, when you go to his Instagram, it's not 100 pictures of the same thing. It's a different look every single day. I mean, he's always trying new things. And I love Patrick for that. I think he's super creative. I think he's his own person. You know, I think that he just, everything that he exudes is so cool and different. And I think that's why he is respected within the community. And I think he's going to be somebody to really watch in the next 5 years. And I don't think he plays messy games with this drama. I just don't think he does. I think he realizes, I'm not letting this drama come in the way of my career that I love so much and that I have built so hard, or worked so hard to build, you know? So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.